Yeah, faking it till he makes it. Yeah, pretty much you can't do anything about it. Um, a report had came out that James Harden is going to test free agency. My question is this: now I know that players can do whatever they want to do. That's their decision. If you want to test free agency, if you want to leave, if um, find somewhere else to play, that's great. But why did you even come there in the first place? You came there with hopes of winning a championship, of riding the ship while it's sailing. And now that you feel like things may not possibly happen, you want to jump on somewhere else, jump on a bandwagon somewhere else with hopes of possibly, coasting your way to a championship. I mean, at least that's my opinion. I don't know about anybody else. There's a lot of people that actually feel like James Harden is a valuable player. He's a valuable player to himself. He's a valuable player to himself. There's some games when you look at him and you're like, oh yeah, that's remarkable what he's doing. He's a great playmaker and makes the teammates better. Such as the game when um, he had he had like 15 assists or something like that. That's great. But then you come back either the next night or the very next night later, and then you MIA. People looking for you, or people are wondering, what happened, or you shooting like, two for 15 or something like that. Just an awful shooting percentage. But you're faking it till you make it. Like I said before, when it came to Philly, even though Steve Nash wants him there, KD wants him there, uh, the media trying to intervene and all this other stuff. I still think that James Harden is um, is 1 foot in and 1 foot out. I don't think I don't think he wants to be there that much anymore. I don't think that he's fully as invested as some of the other players there. It's one thing. It's one thing. Look, if a lot of guys had some of the other guys who just, blue collar, don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? If they go there, they go there. That's fine. Straight. Hey, I'm gonna play and I'm gonna do my best wherever I go. Great. But the thing about it is that okay, while he's sitting there, he wants to coach with other players. Guess who else he's coaching with? He's coaching with the media. He's coaching with the media. Pretty much lying in bed with the media. He's faking it till he makes it. He does not. He don't want to win. Man, he's not a championship guy. And people have the nerve enough to compare him to a guy like Earl the Pearl Monroe. No, don't. compare yourself to a decorated player like that who actually wanted to win, who could care less about the stat. The only stat that mattered was the W, and the only uh, award that really mattered was the championship trophy. You don't care about anybody except James Harden, and I'm going to talk about it. A lot of people, they sit here and they want to try to disguise the fact, when he has when he has, a great game, you know, hey, he praises him, but James Harden is not consistent. At one point in time in his career, he was consistent with his stats and all that other stuff. But we all know what that was. That was for himself. It wasn't. It wasn't for his teammates. You could clearly see, that this guy does not care about himself. He's a narcissistic individual of his highest degree. Way he want to pout, complain, and try to jump ship. And if things are going great, or if things are going, beautiful for him, then you don't hear nothing out of him. He does a lot of finger pointing. I just don't understand why individuals would want to play with a guy like this. You know what I'm saying? And you know, when he initially came there, he saw an opportunity. I keep telling people that he saw an opportunity. Now that he could possibly see the window of opportunity closer, because look, you sit here and you talking about people, like I said yesterday, you talking about people being hurt or not being there for games and all this other stuff. Okay, yeah, you have been known to play hurt, but you haven't been, 100%. And KD, he's had more severe injuries, and I'm saying severe from the standpoint of him having to, be more cautious about it in his career than you have. Okay, and if I mean, you're supposed to be this superstar. You're supposed to be this decorated guy. You're supposed to be this former MVP, in which you cried about, in which you felt like you should have had like 2 or 3 MVP. Okay, if you're such a valuable player and superstar and all this other stuff, okay, and you wanted everything in your to go in your direction, catered to you, then how come you're not seizing that opportunity? How come Isaiah Thomas has spoken on something, and I know he wants to say it so bad, and I'm talking about Isaiah Lord Thomas, um, that used to play for the Pistons, of course. He said that with those guys being there, things would be a lot more better, and a lot more. There'll be a lot more cohesiveness. Now he didn't say it in those words, of course, but that's what I gathered that he said. He was saying, but pretty much I know he was saying that. Okay, having your full roster there, with your guys that you usually play with, that you usually practice with, it makes things a lot better. But unfortunately, it doesn't work like that all the time. And if you think that you're being battle tested right now, how are you going to handle all this, during the playoffs? or shoot, if you happen to make the play, how do you think that you're going to deal with all of that? You're sitting here and you're disguising yourself for people. You want to fake everything until you make it, and it's showing that again you're not fully invested in into this team. You're fully invested for James Harden. You're fully invested for your stats. You're fully invested, of course, which I don't have a problem with. You're fully invested, of course, for your money, for you know, for longevity and everything, which I don't have no problem with that. But it's becoming a pattern with you. Well, crybaby, but yeah, you know. And did you hear about it, Lou? Shout out to Lou the Ryder. Um, Goes up to the brother Lou the Ryder. I seen about Kamara. I'm gonna talk about Alvin Kamara in a little bit. But shout out to Lou the Ryder. Go sub to his page. You know, Lou the Ryder, man. He said he's gonna test free agency this off season. You know, and you shouldn't even be talking about that. You listen. You on an eight game losing skid, and you got your ass whooped last night. Now I understand that you didn't play, but still you still a part of the team. So that doesn't exempt you from any fucking thing. But the fact is that you're talking about they're talking about him testing free agency. Yeah, why are you thinking about that shit right now? Why are you thinking about that? You shouldn't be thinking about any of that stuff right now. Matter of fact, you need to be thinking about, okay, what can I do? What is a strategy that I'm going to do to bring some sort of cohesiveness with the people that I got? Yeah. Salute to you, Michael Kelly. Yeah, that's a good way, of looking at it. But my thing is this: Kyrie Irving, he he didn't really. If to be honest with you, Kyrie Irving didn't even have to come back if he didn't want to, but he wanted to come out and do what was necessary for the betterment of the team. He wanted to do everything that is necessary for the betterment of the team. But you sitting there, you criticizing Kyrie Irving, and you saying, okay, well, he's not showing up. Man, you knew what it was from the beginning. So why are you sitting up in here and you trying to you you jump from different excuse to different excuse. Nah, Lou, don't say that. Please don't do that. Your takes have been right. Uh, for a lot of them, I mean, I think you were probably off on maybe two, but so far you've been right. You've been spot on the NFL. Man, Lou, do not jinx me in this one because I do not want his ass in Philly. Embiid, he's not gonna want his ass in Philly. Daryl Morey is the only guy there that wants his ass there. That's why I don't want Daryl Morey there. Look, we're in a good space right now. You see what we did to y'all last night. Yeah, he wants an easy ring. He wants to coast his way to a championship. Lou, he wants to jump. He wants to jump on a team like Chicago. He wants to jump on a team like like Phoenix. He wants to jump on a team like possibly the Cleveland Cavaliers that are young and up and coming and stuff. No, you need to stay where the hell you at and do what is necessary for the betterment of the team that you're in right now, or where you're at right now. No, they wouldn't. Absolutely not. Doc, if you think Ben Simmons was a head case, what you think you're getting from James Harden? James Harden is a diva to the highest degree. I mean, damn. If it's not the referees not giving you enough calls, then okay, you're not getting the ball in the spots that you want. If you're not getting the ball in the spots that you wanted, then you want the offense to be catered, more around you. If it's not the offense not being more catered around you, then you're not getting to the free throw line, which has to do, with the rest of the court. You're not getting to the free throw line as much as you want to. If it's not that, then okay, your hamstring is bothering you, which I understand and all that shit. Your hamstring, it lingers and stuff like that. But at the same token, you sitting up in here, you putting injuries all on KD, like it's his damn fault or whatever. And KD I'm pretty sure he's playing through pain and stuff like that. But he's trying to do everything that he can, even though he could lead a little bit better. But he's not. He has a different mentality than James Harden, and Kyrie Irving has a different mentality than both of you. Come out like KD on the Warriors and ball his ass off. Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. You should be grateful that you have an opportunity to be in a situation where you have two different superstars. Now, look, I know that you said, okay, you didn't expect this and all this other stuff, but shit happens. You're a superstar. You're a former MVP. You're the one. Pretty much what you're turning into is a guy that's just all concerned about his numbers, like you've always been. You said KD should not have to be the one, or Kyrie. I mean, Kyrie was the one that played last night, Lou. He's the one that put up 27, 29 points. He was the only one that played last night. And then, what if you run into a situation when all three of them ain't gonna play? Then he's still gonna bitch, whine, and complain about that shit. And Kyrie Irving, look, I don't like what Kyrie Irving, had to say. I disagreed with him, about no need to panic and all this other stuff. I do feel like you should have a sense of urgency, but at the same token, what you shouldn't even said anything. If you felt that way, man, just keep it to yourself and just go out there and ball. Like Michael Kelly was just saying, just strap up your boots and go ball. Do what the Bulls are doing. They're not sitting there complaining. The Bulls have been riddled with injury. They're not worried about, oh, well, Patrick Williams, he may come back. He might not come back. They're not saying no silly shit like that. They're going out there and they're like, okay, we got to weather the motherfucking storm. you know, and see, this is another thing too. Uh, you sat up there and you said, okay, yeah, I want things to be like they were when I was in H Town and everything like that. Well, shit. Hey, you have your opportunity right here. Look, you're shorthanded. You have a whole bunch of guys on there. Okay, they're calling Blake Griffin and LaMarcus Aldridge. You know what I'm saying? Used to be or has been or whatever. But Blake Griffin has been somewhat productive. He put up 19 yesterday, to my knowledge, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But he's not the same. He's not that Blake Griffin that first came into the league when he was with the Clippers and all that other stuff with the athleticism and stuff like that. But at the same token, you've been blessed. Okay, you have the look. The ball is in your court now. Now you want things to be catered to you. What you think that you were doing in Houston? Okay, you had a whole bunch of guys on there or whatever that were just waiting to shoot the ball or whatever, but they let you dribble, 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 and do everything, get to the line, all this other stuff while they stand around and watching you throw an alley oop or two every now and then. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, they would just stand around. It was kind of like David Ruffin in the Temptations and shit. Well, I, I'm not going to take that game too serious, Lou. Um, DeMar DeRozan, he clearly outplayed Embiid yesterday. DeMar DeRozan is fucking hooping, but I'm not going to sleep on Chicago. They listen. They're missing some key pieces. You know what I'm saying? But they're still doing their thing, and they still out there hooping. I like the effort. You should be proud of the effort that they put in, Lou. Don't look at like it'd be different if okay if they getting blown out like Brooklyn did, by the Nuggets. Jokic is at least making effort. He's like, look, I don't have MPJ and I don't have Jamal Murray. I know what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I like Chicago's effort. I like Cleveland's effort. And Cleveland is just getting better and better. Now they're getting better because guess who they got? They got my guy Levert Sweat and Gill. So he just made that team um, even more competitive than what they are. Now I'm not gonna go and say, oh yeah, they are automatically into a championship or nothing like that. Would never made to be seen, but they sure as hell gonna be competitive. I mean, look, everybody has been shorthanded, and it's just like with last year. Guys were injured, guys were hurt. Look at the Clippers. The Clippers won. You understand what I'm saying? They were still hooping. I think against Milwaukee, or did they lose? I think the Clippers won. Yeah, they beat. Nah, Milwaukee won. Milwaukee beat them. They that was a high scoring game. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But my point is, they're not making any excuses. The Clippers lost. Um, 137, 113. But they're not making any excuses. The Clippers are at least trying to put, some effort. They're working through what I'm saying, Lou and Michael Kelly, man, is that they're doing their best to work through a tough situation. The Bulls, they've been dealing with adversity the whole entire season. You got to be proud of what the Bulls have been dealing with. That young team, especially guys like Kobe White, you know what I'm saying, and younger crew, all of them, Lonzo Ball, young and up and coming guys and stuff. They've been dealing with it. So I don't sit there and try to be like, oh yeah, we own Philly. I mean, we own Chicago. We own this team. We own this team. Hey, Lou, it's like what you always say, right? I think you said this before. Wait till the playoffs happen, or wait till something happens, then we're gonna see what truly happens. You can apply that to Joel Embiid. Yeah, put up 40 because look, the game is gonna slow down whether you like it or not. Yep. What's up with it, Deshaun? You know, he he doesn't listen. He doesn't make your team better. Look, while you could be talented it all day. I- can you honestly look at a guy like James Harden and be like, man, that's a guy I would love to play with. You know what I'm saying? I know that he gonna do everything he can. No, everybody looking at a guy like Darius Garland. to be like, oh shit, yeah, I want to play with Darius Garland. I'm gonna be able to get the ball. He could score too. Oh shit, I want to play with that motherfucker Jared Allen. At least I know that motherfucker gonna rebound for me, rim protect, get that ball out in the open. Oh, I want to play, with a motherfucker like, Andrew Wiggins, hustling hard. He don't care, man. He's resilient. Saying, okay, hey, I had somewhat of a year last year, getting acclimated to Golden State and everything last couple of years. But hey, I'm still gonna play hard for you. But no, y'all want to decorate and y'all want to praise a motherfucker that does not bring anything to the table except being beneficial for himself. And how do you know that? He's crying and complaining during the 8 game losing streak. No, do something about it, or you gonna turn into the Washington Wizards, and it's gonna be a case of the whole Spencer Dinwiddie situation. Hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second. You said little baby 2.0. Yeah, that's what he wants to be. It's on watch in the Memphis. Well, listen, and see that's the thing. Do you see John Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies making any excuses? Let's talk about Memphis for a second. Let's talk about them. Memphis has had a lot of adversity. John Morant had a lot of adversity. The beginning of the season, the beginning of the season, John Morant was hit with adversity. But hey, guess what? He worked himself back to get back. Now, of course, the youth is going to play in his favor because when you're young, you know what I'm saying, you recover faster or whatnot. But John Morant, the game has really slowed down for him. The game has slowed down for John Morant, and the Memphis Grizzlies, like with Jared Jackson Jr., who doesn't get enough credit. Jared Jackson Jr. is having a great season. I don't think people understand how tenacious of a defender that Jared Jackson is. I don't think people understand how beneficial Jared Jackson Jr. is. What's up with it, Matt? Yeah, let's talk about Memphis. But I like to talk about Memphis. Guess who don't though? The media don't. They'll talk about John Morant. You know what I'm saying? And listen, I like the fact that they talk about John Morant. They'll talk about John Morant for just a little bit, and then it's back to a whole nother team, or it's back to Harden. Man, it's a disgrace. And at one point, I remember that motherfucker Stephen A. Smith always was praising James Harden about how great he is and all this other stuff. Where's all that talk now? You say KD wants to be the one to save the team because people didn't give him credit for the Warriors. Man, look, and see that right there is a part of KD's mental weakness. Listen, man, who gives a fuck? I would have went. Look, if you, dog, there's nothing that you can do to erase his history. If you go down 20, 30, 40 years down the line, it's just gonna say that hey, they won a championship and they had KD on there. People aren't gonna be talking about oh yeah, unless they go back in the archives and all that other stuff. If they have shit like that, saying that it was the weakest move in NBA history and stuff like that, all they gonna see is that he won a title. But we'll remember the situation. But look, that's a part of your mental weakness. Okay, you went over there to Brooklyn. In my opinion, you should just left it where it was at. And just work with what you had. Karis LeVert, Jared Allen, Joe Harris. That was enough. Now, of course, now Joe Harris, man. With Joe Harris, man, this ain't good. He's gonna have to have another procedure and everything, man. I feel bad for Joe Harris. I like Joe Harris, even though he didn't really play that well last year. Joe Harris, man, is a blue collar type of player. Still gonna go out there and play, but I was disappointed in his play last season. Very disappointed in his play. But he wanna prove people and all this other stuff. No, I mean, there's really listen, there's really nothing that you can say to change anybody's perception, especially now that we live in a social media age. people are gonna say what they're gonna say, and the fact is that a lot of people don't respect that those two championships that you got with the Warriors. You said three in the West. You're talking about Memphis, right? Yeah, So if you're coming over there and your whole prime objective is to sit there and play hero and everything like that, young dog's not young dog's not playing. No, they're not. Young lions, man, young wolves, man. They coming to take your lunch, and that's how it's supposed to be. You like Kevin Porter Jr. with Houston. Okay, Houston's having a really bad season or whatever, but Kevin Porter Jr. He's like, look, I'm still gonna go at you, Steph Curry. I don't care who you are. And of course, Steph Curry, he put up 40 and everything, but he's like, I don't care who you are. That's one of the examples, and I love it. I like it. Some guys don't like stuff like this. They want to continue to see, the same old whatever. I like it when a new breed, of talent comes in. It's sort of like what's going on with the NFL in that situation. They're trying to move on from a certain era. Who's better than Zion? Who's better than Zion, Michael Kelly? What's up with it, Mike? I see you in the building. Who's better than Zion? If you're talking about Ja, oh yeah. And I mean Zion, much everybody better than Zion. Yeah, Zion's not really that. He's not as skilled. He's just hella athletic, aggressive. But he got to get his ass. He got to get out on the floor. All he been doing is sitting down. Uh, and of course, he had another procedure to be looked at in terms of his situation or whatever. Everybody right now, Zion not playing. Well, I mean, he's not playing. But listen, I had already said that guys like Cam Reddish and RJ Barrett and John Moran, a lot of people went crazy. John Moran's upside was better coming out of college than Zion. I mean, listen, Zion, man, he had problems, with they criticized him about his weight coming in, but then you got to throw the mental factors in there. Okay, now you're up in there falling asleep in film session. You coming up in there, worried about eating a lot. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Now you want to try to sit there and hold out. You know what I'm saying? Because you want out of New Orleans and stuff like that. LeBron James was trying to get AD and Kawhi Leonard. Yeah, he was, but they want to do their own thing, and on top of that, KD wanted KD there too, but they don't want to deal with the circus that comes along with it. It comes along with every superstar, but in LeBron James' case, it's man, it's at a level to where when you go back and you look like every player, like almost the majority of the players that done played with him, they've had to alter the game, they had to change their game, or they're pretty much not the same as they were before. Now Kevin Love is starting to just get back to what he used to be. Even though he's a sixth man and everything, he's still coming out there doing everything. But before LeBron James, Kevin Love, of course, he was considered a superstar when he was in Minnesota. But he changed it and altered his game just so that he could, for the betterment of the team and for the betterment of LeBron. What's up with it, Jacob Jennings? I see you in the building. Man, Jacob, where you been at, bro? You said it's too much for LeBron James. I mean, look, a lot of these guys, man, they put their own self in the situation. Like when it comes to James Harden, he puts a lot of that stuff on himself. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that stuff it's on yourself. And I don't want to keep talking about LeBron all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because that's really not what I'm about. You know what I'm saying? I like to talk about other people. Listen, when I feel sorry for a lot of these people, man, that don't really know basketball and don't really pay attention to the game that much. They only focus on one goddamn player. I feel sorry for motherfuckers like that. You know why? Because they're not gonna be able to talk about anything else. Look, you got people that are dedicated to just talking about LeBron James. Me, I'm not dedicated to look. I love it. I love Michael Jordan to death, but I'm not just dedicated to talking about Jordan all the fucking time. He gone. Who is your best player today? Um, right now, in my opinion, is Giannis. Right now is Giannis. I mean, he won the chip. Does he have a lot to work on? Yeah, but he's getting there. Giannis is my best player right now. That's just in my opinion, and he has been for quite some time now. But there's other players out here. You know, I, it's a lot of them though. You know, Nobody's talking about Chris Paul, but look at the Phoenix Suns and look at what they're doing and look at his age and but they don't want to give Chris Paul his just due. You know, that's an MVP candidate. Look at, of course, John Morant. That's obvious, but I keep going back to Jokic. Look. The reason why a lot of guys ain't giving Jokic his just due is because he's not. His game isn't pretty and all of that stuff. They. Jacob. They want to be all pretty and fancy and no, Jokic he gonna get the job done without having Michael Porter Jr. and without having Jamal Murray. And I like Jamal Murray. I think he's really, really ferocious. He got that mentality. But he ain't there. Michael Porter Jr., hell, to me, he's the most talented motherfucker on the team and he's very efficient. But he ain't there. So right now you gotta give it to Jokic because he's putting his triple doubles are impactful. Lucas triple double. Yeah, they won last night. I know you celebrating about that 18 and 11, Jacob. But for the most part, his triple doubles haven't been as impactful as Jokic. What's going on, big dog? How you feeling? Roo, roo.
I'm doing all right. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Man, you always calling me eating, man. You trying to make me jealous, bro. What you get at Whataburger, Jacob?
shit, that jalapeno cheese, nigga.
Damn.
And that sausage, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Mm, I know what you're saying, bro. Well, man, what you got on James Harden, man? I know you love him. No homo.
James Harden is I think he's I like James Harden because he, just I like him based off of uh I noticed lately and just playing in just even playing with him in some of the gambling pools, he
Hmm.
gets he gets you the rebounds and the assists a lot too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um Now I ain't saying that he's no Stockton, but put like this. If you look at his stats, I mean his assists and rebounds, he's not selfish in that area. To me. Now, with his scoring, that could probably be a you could probably debate that, but um, I feel like all the way around, and he's decent, man. Because I mean, what does that mean if you scoring 30 plus points, but you can't even get 5 assists and 5 rebounds? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Means that the offense will circle around you getting the ball.
Right.
But he does more than that to me. But
Well, oh,
I mean, what you may have a different take on that or something like that, but that's just what I think of James Harden.
I mean, you already know, Jacob, man. Your opinion is validated, man. But I would like people to look at it like this, Jacob. And I've already said this before. Okay, we talked about the scoring, and we talked, but another thing, I'm talking about the overall mentality. Okay, when he's going to places, Jacob,
Mm-hmm.
he's starting to have this reputation of him being a cancer because he's already. The report had just came out, and they had said that he's going to test free agency this off season. Look, I already know your perspective in that, Jacob. You're going to be like, look, get your money. I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Look, succeed with that. But my thing is this: is that you came over there with with the opportunity that you saw in winning the championship and everything, and now that you see that things ain't might not be going in the direction that I might. Y'all on the 8 game losing skid. KD is hurt and all this other stuff or whatever. Now you like, okay, I think I want to back out of the situation, but you're being hypocritical. I'm talking about James Harden because you sat up there and you said you want the offense to be more constructed like it was in Houston. Well, hey, you have the keys. There's nobody there except you. You're the only superstar. At times, or you and Kyrie, or sometimes when you had to play Dolo. Why you want to cry now? My thing is this: strap up your boots and go ahead and play. Look, his talent is amazing. I've already said that. But we talking about his mentality.
Yeah,
Look, I don't want to play Jacob. If we playing 2-on-2, I'm gonna try to do everything that I can to put you in the best position. But if I'm coming up in there and I look at you, then I look at the basket and I look at you and I just shoot that motherfucker and I'm doing it like 60 times a game, you're gonna be like, nigga, I don't want to play with your ass. And that's what a lot of guys feel like.
Man,
But you see what I'm?
man, the pound.
Yeah, you got Jacob. Jacob, knowing us in Texas too. They gonna say something to you. They gonna get in your face. And
Nigga.
Jacob gonna be like, "Nigga, is you gonna pass the motherfucking right?"
Nah, it's gonna be nigga first. That'll be the first thing. Yeah, nigga, yeah, nigga. Pass me. Pass little penny the ball. Every time I
Right.
do it down a court, you just think because I'm only 5 foot something, because I'm a short nigga.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Pass my
Man, Jacob, stop lying. Jacob like 6'5", y'all. Stop it.
shit. I wish I was 6'5" so the ladies can. Oh, you so tired.
Man, your height don't mean shit. Cause I
Oh,
got a cousin that's short as fuck. He like nothing but stallions.
that's right. Me too. I love,
Jacob,
I love
Jacob,
you.
Jacob like to climb trees and shit.
Goddamn right, because when you climb a tree, you 7 feet, 7 9.
Hey, Jacob like to climb trees and shit, man. No, ain't nothing wrong with that. But pretty much, man. What I'm saying, Jacob, man, is I don't take nothing away from. But he's had. But let's talk about another thing, right?
Yeah.
You've seen it. You've seen it from afar. You in the West, and also you've had to play James Harden several times a year. He's not great when the expectations are loaded on his back because he came up short time and time again on numerous occasions. Golden State, San Antonio Spurs.
Do you
When he was
Polo?
when
Do
he
you
was
think? Do you think this is more of a him? Do you think this is more of him being able to do what he likes to do, like,
Mhm.
or this is more of a coaching type? Like we want you to do this, and where you can be what James Harden's, playing. I guess playing to James Harden's strengths. You know, in the game. You know what I'm saying? Allow him to do what he does best. You know what I'm saying? I guess like the games that he's been effective in, and when he did when he's with Houston and the team was winning. You know what I'm saying? Or um, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you think that's a role or a task that they want him to do something different, and it just not it don't like suits a certain style, like his style. You know what I'm saying? Like you got a certain style to play, right? So just kind of, if I'm not being all over the place with that.
No, you're not. You're not being all over the place, and that was a very good question, Jacob. You work in a restaurant. You work in the restaurant industry, right?
Right.
Check this out. And you know me, man. You've been knowing me long enough
Yeah.
to bring interpretation. Okay, check it. A guy, a guy. Let's say you the head cook, you the lead cook back there,
Right.
and a guy comes there, and the manager tells you, "Hey, Jacob, man, I want you to train this guy. Do you think he's a good fit for back here?" And the guy, you know, while he hustles and everything and all that other stuff back there, he just can't cook. He's just not working out. And they come to you and they be like, "Well, how's this guy working out?" And you give him a rundown, you give him a report based on what he's done over the course of, like, let's say 30 days or something, right? And then they move him somewhere different. They move him in a different spot. They move him to like dishes or busting tables or something like that. And then he's fussing and complaining. He's like, "Nah, I want to be back there with Jacob and cooking and stuff like that." But the fact is that you're not working out over there because you're not beneficial to
Mm-hmm.
what we're trying to do. You're messing up on the orders. Um, you're not cooking the food right. things of that nature. Well, you got to look at it like in James Harden's situation. We're trying to run an offense that's
Mm.
catered for all five guys on the floor,
Yeah.
but you want it Jacob Dennis say, like David Ruffin in the Temptations, and that's not what they trying to do, and that's what they were doing in Houston.
Yeah.
Hey, my last point.
You
Hey,
saying more
Jacob.
of a selfish a selfish, a selfish, you saying more like it's like a selfish role. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. He's set in his ways, and it's like like I said, he wants to dribble the ball, you dribble the air out the ball, and then pass it, and then you get mad at a motherfucker. Like I'm talking Houston now. You get mad at a motherfucker like Eric Gordon because he happens to miss the shot, or you get mad at PJ Tucker because he happens to miss the shot, or you get mad at another guy that's on there because he happens to miss the shot. Well, you dribbling the ball up to 5 seconds left, and then you get doubled and triple teamed. Then you want to pass the ball. They've been standing there for the duration of the time trying to wait on you to pass the ball and everything. But these guys can't get in the rhythm because you are all in the rhythm, trying to get your rhythm, get your buckets at the free throw line. That is a detriment to the team. But look at Golden State, Jacob. They move the ball. Look at Phoenix. They move the ball. Look at Cleveland.
Yeah.
They move the ball. Look at Chicago.
Yeah.
They move the ball.
Hmm.
And that's
Yeah.
my only thing. You're gonna get frustrated. I know I played around a lot with you just now. Just said about the 2-on-2 thing, but that's real.
Yeah.
I try to put
Nah, no,
my
makes sense. Makes sense.
yeah. I try to put myself like if I'm playing with Jacob, I'm gonna make sure. Okay, man, Jacob need to get off. Hey, Jacob missed a few shots. I'm not gonna not pass him the ball no more because he might come through for me in the end.
So let me ask you this, fellow. What if I'm not trying to uh, throw you off, but what if what if I'm not able to get my game going? You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
I'm still gonna support you, and that's all about being a team. They supported. Hey, look, Kyrie, he came through. Guess what?
Hmm.
KD supported him. Steve Nash supported him. You can't sit up there and come, well, he's been missing games and all this other stuff. Man, you knew what it was before he even was about to play, before the season even started. So why are you sitting there complaining, making a different excuse? No, if Jacob ain't getting off, I'm be like, look, hey, let's take some extra shots after the
Uh
game
huh.
and get your rhythm back or something like that. If it take 5 goddamn games, if it take 10 goddamn games, look, we gonna get it right.
Right.
But I'm not gonna sit there. Oh no, I ain't passing Jacob the ball, man. He ain't making no shots. I ain't gonna go behind your back, be like, man, I can't play with this motherfucker, nothing like that, man. That's gonna have you, man, nigga. You gonna come to blows in the locker room.
Cause you know what, man? Sometimes I be thinking like different teams. Like say you play against a team, and you're not able to get out like you like be due to the type of deep. You can tell when a team is just being team coached. You know, when the team is on the same page and they playing you defensively, right? And
Right,
you're having to make adjustments because you're not able to do what you've been doing. Like you're not gonna be able to do what you normally do against every team. You know,
right,
every team you're not gonna be able to adjust and make the shots ain't gonna fall. A lot of the time, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna have to set up for like let's say for instance, you was open a lot against uh this particular style of defense. But now you but now you're having to settle for to go to the basket. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah,
certain coaches. Put like this: if I'm a coach, Polo, I'm trying to coach my team to play against your weakness. You know what I'm saying? Force
right,
him to, if we all know James Harden is a good shooter, right? So
right,
what type of shots do we want James Harden settling for? Who's our best defender? Who can defend? Because I just think like in football, if you're a 3-4 guy, you got to learn. If you get drafted by a team whose system is a typical 4-3, you got to adjust a whole different style of play. You may play better in a 3-4 than you do a 4-3. You see what I'm saying? So when you playing against certain defenses or certain offenses, you know how to get like a edge rusher gets. He might be an edge rusher in the 3-4. He gets to the quarterback more. His ratio when he played on the 4-3, shoot, his game ain't. He's not as efficient. You know what I'm saying? In a 4-3 defense. So what I'm saying is like
right.
in basketball, there's just certain there's I think there's certain times that you gotta transition where you just not all 100%, like said, selling for shots. Well, your offensive game may just be the same. You only got one. You're only one dimensional offensively. You only can score being open. You know, and when it's like that, you know, shouldn't be like that.
Man, I like the way that you put that. That's a damn good way of thinking stuff. Yeah, okay.
When it,
Now I see what direction that you're going. Now, uh, hey, what's up with it, Tiffany? I see you in the building, Queen. Long time. We gotta talk about your, hey, Jacob, Washington Commanders, Washington Commodores. Goddamn. You know what
Washington
I'm saying?
Commodores.
Nah, but you know, that's a great way that you put it. And look,
Uh-huh.
you gotta look, Jacob. It's all about adapt or die,
Yeah.
adapt or die, or whatever. You said y'all need to trade Porzingis, Jacob. He ain't no good, man. Hey, they won last
Yeah.
night. The problem ain't Porzingis. Believe it or not, he's not the full problem, Matt. The problem is making sure, like what they've been trying to do, what Luca has actually been doing, and Luca's been losing weight, and he's actually been
Uh-huh.
doing what they've been telling him to do, right, Jacob? He's been getting the ball in
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson's hand. That's what needs to be done. And then y'all
Uh-huh.
better be careful, Jacob, because teams are trying to get their hand on Finney Smith. Finney Smith is a valuable player, especially on defense and hitting that three too. You look at that before the trade deadline. So I mean, I disagree with
Yeah.
everybody on that, Matt Moses. But when it comes to James Harden, to get back to what I was saying, you got to be able to adapt or die. You can't sit there and be like, oh yeah, well, this offense ain't going the way that I want to, and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let me ask you this, Matt Moses. Okay, who would you want for Porzingis? Or I should be asking Jacob too. Who would y'all want for Porzingis? For a guy like Porzingis? You still there, Jacob? I think Jacob may have fell out. Who would you want in place of him, Matt? Like a John Collins. Oh yeah, ooh man, but that's dog
Can you hear me, Polo?
man. Oh yeah,
Hey,
I'm
good
surprised you.
morning. That's it.
I'm surprised you said that, man. Like, hey, you like John Collins like that?
Polo, can you hear me?
I love John Collins, but don't nobody like John Collins except me.
Polo, can you hear me?
Like John Collins. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hey, Polo, can you hear me? Yeah, I
Yeah,
hear you.
I can hear you. Okay, I guess I'm coming in
Okay,
slow.
yeah, I was getting off the elevator. Yeah.
Oh,
Salute, nephew
okay.
Moses. Nephew Matt up in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
I'm done with
he
Bazingas
said
though, man.
he said that he would like John Collins for Jenkins.
Uh-huh.
That's a dope ass move right there.
Yeah,
John Collins, because John Collins can
right.
shoot. John Collins can play the pick and roll
Does it
and
well.
pick and pop. Now I got to talk about something else with you, Jacob. Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm probably coming in slow. You said Matt Cook can smoke. He plays defense and can block shot and score. Luca can help with him. Yeah, Dallas got a lot of weapons. They just got to know how to utilize them. Like
Yeah.
I want Jalen Brunson running my offense. Jalen Brunson can run an offense anywhere in the NBA. Who is this?
Yeah, Dallas better pay him. If they don't,
Hell yeah!
they don't.
They better pay him and they better keep him because right now a lot of teams are trying to get a hold of them. Jacob, they're trying to get a hold of Jalen Brunson and Finney Smith.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They're trying to now. Did you watch Tommy? Did you watch the Tommy Power? What did you think about it? Force.
Yeah, I watched it.
What you think of it, man? That shit edgy than a motherfucker, ain't it?
Yeah, it's I think it's he dealing with a whole different uh he dealing with a whole different what you call that? Um uh a whole different mob. You understand? Well, I, I think some of that mob is related to who Jason. Remember Jason? Remember Jason? Hello? If you remember who Jason was, he was part of that. You know, he dealt with one of them crews and over there in Chicago. And Tommy,
Fucking Tom.
Tommy basically I think what this force is really part of Tommy's um dealing with his his uh his past. His I think a lot of his past circles somewhat around Chicago.
Yeah,
You
it
understand?
does.
Because
He ran into his half brother.
yeah, his half brother and then his grandmama. His grandmama got Alzheimer's.
Yeah,
You understand?
yeah,
He
man.
said, Tommy. He said,
Right.
Tommy. And then her face just went dead. It broke it broke Tommy heart. It broke Tommy heart though to see his grandmama, was looking at him like, you know, she was when she did well, she had to kind of like look at him hard, you know what I'm saying? Him to recognize to watch it. But so Walter must be the he's the I guess he's like the distro guy or whatever.
Right,
And
right.
and uh you know, and Tom he's trying to psych Tommy out, but he forgot boy he must forgot Tommy is a Tommy been in New York, learned all the game from Ghost and Kanan and Breeze. I mean, it's funny, man. I was listening to some people talking about, man, try to make it seem like power ain't about it. You crazy. Boy,
They said what?
people be, man, look, let me tell you something. What other show, let me ask you this. Now, ain't no disrespect to The Wire, right? I know a lot of people like The Wire. Well, I said, I told a lot of people, shit, I wasn't able to watch The Wire like that. You know what I'm saying? If I was able to watch The Wire, wouldn't you, don't you think I'd have been talking about it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Now,
yeah,
I'm
that's
able to
facts.
go back and watch The Wire. I can watch The Wire now because it's on one of my TVs. It's on one of my it's on my little cable stream. You know what I'm saying? On my cable stream, I can watch The Wire.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? I'm able to watch that able to watch that bad boy. Now,
right.
here's the deal. Personally, Wire don't have no I mean, when you talk about The Wire, I mean, yeah, it's kind of give you more concrete. Now I ain't because I still got to I still got to start over again and watch it. You know what I'm saying? Really from the beginning. I started to, and then I don't know for some reason when I watched The Wire, like when the few episodes I was watching, I wasn't able to get into it, man. I don't know, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it happens. It happens like that
I mean, I
sometimes.
don't know the way everybody was making it seem like, oh, The Wire this, The Wire that. And I ain't saying it ain't
I,
a bad show. You know, I ain't saying, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's a
yeah,
bad
Jay.
show, huh?
I felt the same. No, no, I didn't mean to cut you out, but I'm trying to
Yeah,
piggyback off of what you're saying. I was gonna say I felt the same way after a while about Empire. That's what made me come to power. Cause like
yeah,
Empire, you see what I'm saying, Jacob? You started looking
yeah,
at Empire. You like, man, what the fuck is this shit turning into? And,
yeah, yeah,
and look, power started off slow. That's why I didn't look at it. It started off kind of slow, except for the scene when they was in the back and everything, and you know they shot shot the guy and the girl and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Maria,
But yeah, Maria and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Maria
And oh
shot
boy,
her boyfriend.
yeah. But other than that, it was like, damn, where's this shit going? But the more I got into it, man, that shit started to unfold and unravel and started to get better and better and stuff. As far as the Wire, I have a different outlook on that because I paid attention to the Wire. I understood it, and I
Yeah,
knew the characters and stuff like that. And I like Oz too, but I always put Oz above everything because Oz was my shit.
uh-huh.
Oz was my
Yeah,
shit,
yeah,
Jacob. I like Oz and I like Tales from the Crypt. But go ahead though, you got it, bro.
yeah. Now don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I'm gonna watch The Wire, and the more I get to, I'm gonna watch it. And I've been trying to watch it closer because here's the deal. The thing is, I gotta learn who everybody is, and I don't know who everybody is right off top. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right, right,
That's the
right.
thing about The Wire. The
Learning their
only two
character.
people that I've been knowing on The Wire, you know what I'm saying? Or I heard about was Omar. I always heard about Omar and Stringer, which is Idris Elba and his brothers. You know what I'm saying? The only three characters that I really like. Like I said, I knew of The Wire. I just never watched. I never watched it. That's what I've been. That's what I've been trying to tell people.
Yeah. You
I've
see
been
what
knowing of
Tiffany?
it.
You see what Tiffany? She over here coming with the cap already this morning.
What?
Look what she said.
I am tired of the power spinoffs. You know. Oh Lord.
I'm not tired of it, Tiffany. As a matter of
Hold
fact,
on.
I love it.
What Skinny Black? What Skinny Black say in Hustle and Flow? that a hate I see out in the woods.
Yeah, shit. Hey, but Tiffany, you should be happy. Sashi Brown over there with the Ravens now.
Hey, hey, Tiffany. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Tiffany. Let me tell you something. Every story has a backstory. Huh?
I got you.
Huh? Huh, Tiffany? Every story, everybody has a backstory. And guess what? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
What?
Check this out. How many TV shows have been good in one season? It never came back. You ever ask yourself that question? If power ain't on the
Ooh,
level of
that's a good one.
if power ain't on the level of anything, let me ask you this. How many seasons, how many shows can you name that were actually good? You know what I'm saying? That you thought was actually good and it didn't come back. Hmm? Now, when you're able to answer that, get back with me.
Hey,
And guess what?
you said chop her down. She choosing. Man, Tiffany, nah, it ain't like that. Nah, that's the people right there, man. Tiffany, the people. I guarantee you, I put my money up against, like I said, Tiffany up against anybody. Because she ain't afraid to get on the panel and get at some motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
I
My
like
bad,
Tiffany though.
my bad,
Tiff,
Jacob.
no. I like Tiffany, man. Tiffany, she keep it a book.
Yeah, Tiffany, the homegirl, man.
Yeah.
That's the homie. Hey, Jacob. She
Yeah.
like one of the only few girls you could bring into the man room and chill and chop it up and drink and smoke with. Other than that, you know what I'm saying? We ain't allowing no females in the man room, in the man cave.
Yeah.
Oh no, he got a little quiet on that one. I
What?
don't know about that polo.
What you mean I got a little quiet?
Like, ain't no females allowed in here.
I like Tiffany. I'm just saying, how, look, what I'm saying is, think about it. Why did 5 seasons, right? Josie, let me see what you're looking at, man. What you got over here? Yes, Gabe, I didn't mess with it, so he already, I ain't even mess with this. Yeah. Oh, that's good, man. This for 30? Yeah. Yeah. But
But
anyway,
my,
but like I was saying was, uh, like I said, why did 5 seasons? But here's the deal. Where's the back? Where's the backstory? Everybody has a backstory. The spinoffs actually is pretty dang on good because you gotta think about it. Ghost had a kid. Ghost had kids. You know what I'm saying? So, and guess what? And guess what? When you mention of how somebody got into the drug game, don't you think people want to know? You know what I'm saying? And it's pretty cool because guess what? They all like like superheroes. You know what I'm saying? Like they do Marvel, right? Don't they do Marvel the same way? Don't they do Marvel like that? X-Men.
yeah, they go back to the beginning.
You know what I'm saying? How did how did Professor X become who he was? Who was Professor X? You know what I'm saying? Because they pretty much did the same thing. What did X-Men do? X-Men came out. You just seen everybody came out as who they was, right? You wonder how the mutant even got his powers. Everybody want to know. Everybody else, guess what? Everybody for years wanted to know how did Superman become Superman. Huh? Is that right? Or is that wrong? Superman was how he become Superman.
Yeah, that's facts.
Think about it. It's a backstory to everything.
even though I didn't like Superman. And look, the fact is he should have. Superman got killed. People don't know that shit. He actually got killed, but they try to bring that motherfucker back to life in the comic. I'm like, nigga, your ass is dead. Shit. You know, once you dead, you dead. That's it. Ain't no coming back from that. But they want to bring him back to life and everything. That's what was messed up to me. A fan of Superman. I was more into, like the X-Men characters like Nightcrawler and shit. I see you fell out there, homie.
Yeah. But you don't understand what I'm saying though. Everybody wants to know how Superman
You
became
must be at
Superman.
work.
Yeah, I'm at work. Yeah, I try to keep the phone where
Yeah.
I can't touch that bad boy. I wish I.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah. Superman. I always want to know how Superman get his powers. Was he already born like that? You know what I'm saying? Well, no,
right.
his powers was his daddy put those powers inside of him. You know what I'm saying? Instilled those powers inside of him when he was a baby.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. And see that, like what 50 Cent is doing.
Yeah,
He's a genius. He's a genius at what he's doing
yeah.
because
That's what I'm saying.
he's kind of following. He's kind of following that same type of
Yeah,
format. Everything is
yeah,
unfolding, man.
yeah.
It's kind of
He
like,
actually
okay,
he actually put like this. Think about it. 50 Cent is perfecting the wire. If you
right,
think about
right,
it, all he did was take what the wire doing and perfected it.
uh, right,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? Because guess what? In Power Book 2, Season 2, what was they using? What did they use to what they trying to do to get Tyreek? They used his girl. They
Mm-hmm.
used his girl to what? Wear a damn wire.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly, exactly.
So you might well say that guess what? That sound almost I mean, the you gotta think about it. You gotta think about it. The wire and power really kind of they were held in two different time zones if you think about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Power and uh and and
You made two different eras.
well what I'm saying is okay, two different cities, two
Uh,
different cities, and I think what
oh,
happened
okay, okay, okay.
and I think the if you look at the time frame and time zone, you know what I'm saying? They wasn't happening at the same time. Remember, power with Tommy Ghost and Kanan, that happened in the that happened in uh uh like 20 after I want to say like 10 15 years later after 2000. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They was little, so of course everybody gonna want to know how they
Yeah,
became
but
who they
he ain't
became.
they never, Kanan never even liked, Kanan never even liked Tommy like that. He
No, no,
already
they
had it.
all no, they all no. He used to. They all
No,
used to
hey,
fuck with each other.
right. But listen, that's what I'm saying, Jacob. He had always listen. If you listen to way, see, I went back and I watched everything kind of twice. You know what I'm saying? When as far as the other power. Now remember, Kanan was trying to get Sean up to speed with everything,
Yeah,
and he had already the shit that he was saying about Tommy. It was kind of like man, he didn't trust that motherfucker either, and he was ready to exit both of them motherfuckers out. But really, Tommy, he was gonna go ahead and because he was so easily. It was so easy to get to Tommy or whatever what he was trying to do because when Ghost found out that about Roller and all this other stuff about Kanan, the hit that he was putting in trying to destroy everybody, stuff like that, he had already knew that Kanan was trying to attack them from the inside or whatever. But Kanan never, he never really fucked with Tommy, like that. I mean, yeah, they came up together, but I think he was more, with Ghost and everything. And the fact that he's white, that already puts a kind of a damper in everybody's eye. I don't know. At least that's what I'm getting from it, Jason. You know what I'm saying?
but they all do. I think they remember each other. I mean, they didn't really start fucking with each other till Kanan got a little older. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Like
That's right.
in his early 20s, that's when they really start fucking with each other. Ghost and Tommy, knew each other when they was real little. You know what I'm saying? They met Kanan. As they got older.
And Kanan feels like,
Kanan
they
was
hope.
already, yeah. Remember, Kanan already in New York. You know what I'm saying? Tommy probably been in Chicago. Tommy probably been in Chicago when he was little, and then eventually, then eventually he did.
I mean, I'm interested to see what's going to happen with the barber, the guy that just got out of
D,
lockup.
you talking about D?
Yeah,
Yeah,
to see what's
D.
going to happen with that
Yeah,
whole situation because he's trying to do right, but his little bro is trying to steer him back into the game. He's trying to go legit with the barber with the barber shop and everything.
yeah. Jay, his little brother, trying to get him to get back into the game. And he's like, he ain't trying to, but he ain't trying to fuck with that. He ain't trying to fuck with that no more.
I knew he was going to smash. I knew he was going to smash the bartender.
Oh, I forgot her damn name. Yeah, I had a
Yeah,
feeling too.
that nigga Jacob know everybody fucking names.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're gonna
yeah.
be like, yeah,
No, I
Dominique.
had
Yeah, that's
no.
the
Yeah. I had to go. No, I had to go find out who everybody was. That's the thing because remember, this is Tommy's spinoff. So
yeah, exactly.
you kind of gotta know. You kind of gotta know who their names is and shit. Man, I should have let this fucking thing. Damn. Hate this, man. I'm over here struggling, Polo. Oh, mama.
You said you over here struggling.
Yeah, trying to.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah, I know you're doing two things at once. I'm gonna go
yeah,
ahead and
but
I'm gonna shut it down. I'm gonna come back a little later with everybody, man. But I appreciate the homie Jacob pulling up, man. I know it's been a struggle for us out here in Texas with the
yeah,
snow and everything, but the snow done melted now. We back in the groove. Make sure
That's
y'all
right.
like the
That's right.
video, share, and subscribe. Matt, I appreciate you pulling up. Matt Moses, Tiffany Queen. I would have liked the opportunity for you to jump on the panel, but I understand. Michael Kelly and Luda Ryder. Make sure y'all go subscribe to the homie Luda Ryder and the Shy and Big Mike. I appreciate y'all stopping through. To the man, Polo Sports Talking Entertainment, man. I'll get at y'all later.